been kind of putting this video off, mostly because I don't want Mom DIY to show up at my front door and slaughter me. Hey guys, what's up? It's Lauren. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to the last video of 2021. I feel like I say this at the end of every year, but what the f? The year went by so fast. Kind of a weird year. 2022, hopefully not as weird. I personally feel much more comfortable with an even numbered year. Please let me know if that's just me, but for some reason 2022 just feels better than 2021. So like it's gonna be a good year. I think this video is also going up on Christmas Day, so I hope that you are having a very safe and happy holidays with family, friends, and loved ones. I asked you guys on Instagram the other day if you'd rather see a products that changed my life in 2021 or a tattoo tour, and the tattoo tour majorly outnumbered the products that changed my life. So here we are. I've been kind of putting this video off mostly because I don't want Mom DIY to show up at my front door and slaughter me, and like maybe not the best timing for me to film this right before going home for Christmas, but maybe I should ask for the Christmas gift of her not watching this video. That's not the worst idea. Anyways, let's hop into it. So at first glance, I feel like it looks like I have zero tattoos because all of mine are pretty small and tiny and in like not super visible places. 2021 was the year where I kind of stepped outside of that comfort zone. I had like this random tattoo monologue at some point in the last couple months. I can't remember which video it was in, but I essentially was like, at what point did my brain get programmed to be like, oh, I need to preserve my body so that when I'm old and wrinkly, my skin's not gonna look good. And for like my wedding day, like bitch, your skin is not gonna look good at 75 to begin with. So I was like, why am I trying to preserve my skin when I am so obsessed with tattoos and having like unique custom pieces on me? So 11 tattoos later, here we are. Okay, so I am going to try my best to start in order, starting at the earliest tattoo, but kind of like in the middle, it gets a little fuzzy for me. The very first tattoo that I got is a set of Roman numerals that reads 1932. And I got this about a year after my grandpa had passed, and my grandpa growing up was like one of the most important people to me. He was like my #1 cheerleader. Like he was at every really shitty grade 4 basketball game. He was just like above and beyond as a grandparent, being there for me and supporting me through literally the dumbest of things. He was really into photography and he literally made like a little mini studio to shoot my Lego creations with like professional lighting and cameras. So every time I would go visit him and make something new with Lego, he'd take a professional photo, get it printed, put it in an album. That was the level of like the love and support of the relationship with my grandpa. So when he passed, it was very meaningful to me as my first tattoo. And then here's where things get fuzzy. Tattoos number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, I'm like, I don't really know in what order they happened. Obviously, I could go back through the archives of all my YouTube videos to figure out which one was next, because for the most part, I've vlogged and made a video about most of them, but I think the next one was scissors. I could be totally wrong. So I have a little set of scissors just on the side of my wrist, and this one is just very much like a DIY symbol. I grew up a crafter, I am a crafter, I will always be a crafter. But even just like outside of like the LaurDIY stuff, creating will always be something that is so prevalent in my life no matter what age I am. You know what, I don't even think that tattoos need to have a meaning behind them. Some of mine do, some of them kind of don't, but this is kind of where the scissors tattoo was really rooted in. And then I think next might be antlers on the back of my elbow. The antlers on the back of my elbow I got on Moose's first birthday, and I want to clear this up right now because I have done a very random amount of research on baby Moose, because I wanted to get some kind of like moose related tattoo, which later would be a literal picture of his face. But 3-4 years ago, I wanted to get something moose related. And so obviously when you think of like a grown ass moose, they have kind of those antlers that are more like this, like almost like a butterfly shape of like really, really thick. And then when you think of like a grown deer, you think of more like the traditional, like this kind of shape. But what I didn't realize is that moose between the ages of like 1.5 to 3 have a very similar shape to more of like that traditional deer shaped antlers that I feel like you see a lot of on Pinterest. And so I really leaned into more of that design because moose is always gonna be my baby. And also I now know so many random like baby moose facts. Like by the time that they are 3 days old, a moose can outrun you. They're born at around 30 pounds and they're also born at like 2.5 feet tall. Like the random baby moose information that I have is definitely sitting in a random corner of my brain. And then I'm like, okay, what's that? Oh, the coordinates on like the back side of my ribs slash back. I was gonna give all of these tattoos kind of like pain ratings, but genuinely, the only one that actually hurt was that one. I'd say the rest of my tattoos are like a 2 to 4 on the pain scale, where the one on the back of my ribs is probably like a 7.5 to 8, I think. And outside of it like actually just like kind of being painful, it was very difficult to coordinate and sync my breathing with the actual tattoo process, because obviously like as you're breathing, your lungs and your rib cage is expanding and shrinking and unexpanding, the very scientific term. And so it was like a very strategic breathing pattern to like tattoo, breathe, tattoo, breathe. And so it really kind of like prolonged the process of uncomfortability. So anyways, these are the coordinates of where I grew up. I lived in the same house for 18 years in St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada. And so obviously like all of my core memories and childhood and just growing up are at this location. My family has since then moved. And so obviously I didn't want to get this tattoo until my family had kind of vacated that home and moved somewhere else. But that tattoo just signifies home for me. And also, you know what? The coordinates on my back, I genuinely always forget about. Like when I'm counting my tattoos or someone asks how many I have, I always leave that one up because I never see it. I literally never see it. I think next is maybe the glitter on the inside of this elbow. This one was one of the first tattoos that I got just because it was cute. And I feel like as soon as you get one tattoo because you think they're cute, it's like the gateway towards getting other ones just because you enjoy the art behind it, which I absolutely am okay with for me personally, but I also don't want you to put yourself in the position that I have where my mom wants to murder me every time she sees my arms. So proceed with caution. Next is the moose tattoo. I think I got this one almost a year ago to the month, I guess. And this is literally just a really kawaii, cute, animated version of moose. And I am so obsessed with it. This is the only tattoo that is like truly a single needle super fine tattoo. And I think it's perfect for this specific design. I commissioned an artist through TikTok to kind of draft this up for me. And it is one of my favorites. It is so cute. It is so perfect. I feel like it captures Moose's cute little derpy essence so perfectly. And everyone always says that your first dog is your heart dog. And so I will have my bubbies on my arm forever, and I'm completely okay with that. My next appointment was the first time that I ever got 2 tattoos in one sitting, which I feel like is another milestone that you cross at some point if you continue to get tattoos. I got this heart, which I feel like is my biggest, most prominent kind of like visible tattoo, and I am so obsessed with it. So it's a heart that says, what if, then what? And I've kind of gone over this, I think, at some point in a video, but essentially it is one of the most effective mantras that I have learned through therapy to help manage my anxiety. And I'm probably gonna butcher this trying to explain it, and it makes so much sense in my brain. But essentially, so much of my anxiety is ruminating about potential things that could happen in the future. And so to help mitigate that kind of destructive path that I put my brain through, I kind of step out the worst case scenario of everything that could possibly happen. So, okay, what if the biggest thing I'm worried about does happen? Okay, then what do we do? And I'm like, oh, that's actually not that bad. If the worst case possible scenario after that happens, then what do you do? And when I bring myself down those steps, it really helps to ground me and kind of just rationalize anything that I'm anxious about. I hope that made sense, but that mantra has been a life-changing 4 words for me. And then this is the next one that I got just because it's cute. Me and I got matching little bean sprout tattoos, and he is so cute and I'm so obsessed with it. So obviously in Mia fashion, hers is a little more hardcore. He's got like a spike crown on, he's got a tear, his eyes are X'd out, and mine is just like the very cute smiley version of a little bean sprout. This is also my first matching tattoo with someone, which is very exciting because Mia and I have been best friends for 7 years now, and he's just adorable. He's so cute. And then my last tattoo session, I got 3 tattoos in one sitting, and these are my 3 newest ones. I feel like most of you have clocked them at some point during Vlogmas or in the last couple of main channel videos. So the 2 most prominent ones are 2 dates on my forearm. So these are my parents' birth years, 1958 and 1961. And the amount of times that I confirmed this and verified that these were in fact the correct dates before getting these tattooed. Highly recommend if you're thinking about getting any kind of dates or coordinates or anything with numbers or even spelling. Double, triple, quadruple check this, and these ones are very fine and very cute. I am obsessed with them. These 2 dates are my first symmetrical tattoos as well too, which I really like, and I think it balances both arms out. And then this one right up here is a safety pin. And so this is what I'm saying about like this arm becoming like more visibly tattooed. It's a safety pin, and I don't really have any in-depth meaning behind it. I will say that the safety pin is one of those like DIY creative problem-solving accessories, tools, fixes that I can do an incredible amount of things with. Like the amount of clothing that I have altered with a safety pin, the amount of drawstrings that I have executed with a safety pin. It's just one of my go-to craft materials, and I think it also translates really well as a little art piece. Okay. Is that it? I mean, I didn't envision this video being super long because I don't have that many, and they're all like pretty small and dainty and nothing crazy. I feel like I just look like a bro right now. I'm like, with my sleeves all rolled up. If I missed any questions, please don't hesitate to leave them in the comments down below. And because I will be on a plane on the 26th, I will do my best to answer as many comments as I can. Thank you so much for another incredible year on YouTube. I am so grateful for every single one of you. Also, if this video goes up, that means that I survived Vlogmas, 25 days of vlogging up until Christmas. So if you're not caught up on Vlogmas, there are most likely 24 videos over on the vlog channel that you can watch, and also the 4 Christmas holiday episodes of Craftopia on HBO Max and Crave Canada. That is it for the video. Merry Christmas. I hope you have the best holidays ever, and I will see you guys in the new year. Bye guys. Love you.